We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Hello. How's everybody doing out there? Little YDBT Daily. That's right. After talking shit and the dating channel, I had to redo everything yesterday from the dating channel, so the piece of software was acting up a little bit. How you guys doing? Happy Thursday. One more day, and it is Friday, which is the day that everyone waits for the last second. I got a race tonight. I got to meet people at Kroger. You got to review my law. I'm on the dyno right now. No one told you to get the fuck on the dyno, dude. Like, nobody told you to get the fuck on the dyno. So that's on you, buddy. That's on you. So let's talk to the people here. Let's say hi. We're going to talk real quick after I say hi to the people and thank the sponsors about when no tune required items require tunes. A lot of people out there, based on the EPA stuff, are making no tune required items because it's easy to sell. They, like, let's say F-150s, right? F-150s right now, 2021s and up, you can't really tune like we like to tune. So it's not desirable to buy one yet, in my opinion. It's not desirable because you can't mod it. So a lot of the manufacturers out there are going to say, well, you don't need a tune. You don't got to wait for these bitch-ass tuners that think they know everything. Fuck them. Put on this piece of pipe and it'll be fine. So I'm going to tell you an example of what happened today that was pretty funny. So let's say hi to the people. Let's get after it right away. No bullshit. Fresh Pasteles. Diego Flores. Gallo Bravo. Johnny. Homestead Johnny's. Are you down in Homestead, Florida by Miami? 508 Josh. Gallo Bravo. Angel Puerto Rico. Jared Wells. Rubber Ducky. Bender. JD Swag. How you doing, JD Swag? Been a while since a whole day since I haven't talked to you. No big deal. Cobby Coyote, second shift raising. Hey man, I installed headers. I need a new tune. 508 Josh, Ryan Rodriguez, EG Performance, Victor Garza, TJ, Ricky Bobby, Fresh Pastelas, Eliza's, Mendoza's, Coyote, Douche Did It, Fast Hippo, ZL1, SK Productions. Weren't you? Oh no, that SK Jeff. I thought SK Jeff was a mod here. Michael Perez, Kyle B, Central Florida. Mohammed Al Kassan gave me 500 cars. Thank you for the 500 cars. See, come on, let's party with those 500 cars. What the fuck's a car? Let me see. QAR. Currency. United, wait, what? Qatari, from Qatar. Cutter, is it Cutter or is it Qatar? Same shit, it's the same shit, bro. Don't tell me you're not the same shit. Stop it. Oh no, we speak totally different languages. Yeah, bullshit. The racism. Oh my God, Alex, he's awful. Can I get a, oh yeah, in the chat? Michael Mara, Spicy Chicken, Potential, Rerun, Noel, Anthony, Nat Joe, Ray, John Valdez, and a bunch of other motherfuckers. Hi, Alex, Brian Cassette, Street Driven GT500. Where else are you going to drive that motherfucker? Where else are you going to drive it? GT Garage, what's up, GT Garage? SK Jeff in the house. Yeah, Evan Smith, Cobra Boy, Matt B.O., Cheeto. Who the fuck is this? Who else? Racist undertones. You, Alex, you know, I don't like watching your show anymore because you got a bunch of racist undertones to your chats. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about, bro. You lying ass motherfucker. Ellis Alex in the house, right? So yeah, Ellis Alex coming at you. Okay, so S&B, I think, bought the rights to JLT stuff because now I can talk about it, right? Before you didn't hear me talk about JLT because I did not like Jay Tucker. Homeboy can suck my fat dick forever. So I guess he sold off the rights so that his cold air intakes get made elsewhere. That's fine. And I think S&B picked them up. So we had a customer and he says, hey, I got a JLT. So every time I hear JLT, I think I have to adjust it. Because even when it was owned by the original person, the shit was inconsistent as fuck. Like, it needed 10 to 15 degrees up and down, positive or negative, depending on who installed it that day, or depending on the temperature under the hood. It was a funny joke. We would call it the Jello T. The J stands for Jello because it would have an adjustable MAF curve based on how squishy the fucking housing was, right? So S&B bought the shit. Okay, cool. So we had a customer put it on, and he's like, yeah, this is the part number. And I'm looking at the part number, and I don't recognize it. I went, okay, cool. Sounds good. So I sent him a tune. The bitch is way rich. And I'm like, I mean, I'm okay with like 10%. Because I've already gotten in my head that I got to tune it. No matter if it's a 120, 127, 110, a Series 1, Series 2, you name it, I have to fucking tune the shit out of it because the manufacturing process is not consistent. There's only one only cold air intake that has consistent manufacturing process. It's the PMAS. Sorry. Forget performance. In terms of manufacturing process and repeatability, the PMAS has been pretty amazing. So anyway, I'm like, hey, can you are you sure? Are you sure this thing is a JLT 120? He goes, no, it's an S&B. I go, oh, okay. So that deal must have gone down. Maybe he sold off the rights and tell him to keep the name. I don't know. I don't care. But now S&B is selling no tune required versions of the JLT. And I went, okay. Sounds good. So it's a stock MAF curve, right? Stock MAF curve. That's so, thank you. I appreciate that. Because AFE, CNL, Roush, Air Raid. Who else makes no tune required intakes? BBK, Engine, INJEN. They all make no tune required cold air intakes. And they all are within, let's say, 7% of each other. Thank you, Nick Rogers, for the money. Appreciate you. So I say, okay, here's the stock MAF curve. And in my mind, I'm like, bye-bye, see you later. He data logs it for me, and it is 20% lean. It is 20% lean. And I went, thank you, Corsa. But exactly, Corsa, all those guys that I mentioned have at least a 5 to 7%, variable with the trims. But this one from S&B, and I don't know if S&B makes their own shit. I think S&B makes their own shit because I think they bought the rights. So after, we hit up customer support, we're like, yo, I think your intakes, might require tuning because it was 20% lean. So that means I gave him a stock MAF curve and the housing size was showing in the fuel trims 20% lean. So I gave the company the benefit of the doubt. And I said, okay, let's take it all apart, sir. Take your cold air intake all apart and reinstall it because it happens all the time where someone installs a brand new cold air intake and they kink the coupler and they forget to bolt down this. Okay, no problem. Took it apart, put it together again, still 20% lean. I said, nope, that's not good. So you're going to start seeing this trend more and more, right? You're going to start seeing, in my opinion, this trend be more prevalent and right in your face because of the culture of the aftermarket right now. The aftermarket right now is tiptoeing around the whole EPA thing. For a little while, certain header manufacturers were not selling catless X or H pipes. Now they supposedly are if you sign a waiver, but then that depends on the manufacturer. So you're going to start seeing a lot of people do this stuff where no tune required is king. Now, if you make a no tune required, cold air intake, and then you make another version, and another version, and another version, and another version, meaning A, B, C, D, it's going to be a problem because tuners are going to start getting sick of guessing which one you got. Because, okay, CNL has a street and a race. Street is stock, race is custom. Steeda has a no tune required intake. So if you're going to make your own no tune required intake and it is 20% off and it's already got, that's the thing, guys, it's already out there. You've already shipped these. They're already in the hands of people. People have warehouses full of these intakes. So now, or no tune required part, whatever that may be, but mostly it's intakes. So now you as the tuner go, wait a minute, fuck. It says no tune required, but it is 20% off. It says no tune required. It is 10% rich. So if it is no tune required and I got to tune it, stop calling it no tune required. Like manufacturers, stop calling it that. Call it stock MAF housing intake, stock diameter intake. Because if you say no tune required and I see a 10, 15, 20% fueling discrepancy, I might have to tune it. Imagine you're one of those guys that loves ragging on the fact that you have a warranty. I'm not going to mod this car until the 3-year, 36,000 mile warranty is totally up. I'm going to do the smart thing. And you install a no tune required because, hey, it says right on the box, no tune required. So I don't got to worry about it. You put it in, you're not data logging. You're staring at AFR, and AFR looks good, but you're not looking at fuel trims. Are you looking at fuel trims? No, your stupid ass is staring down AFR as if it matters. I could be 30% off, and AFR won't move. So let's say over the life of, let's say 3 weeks later, that 20% gets baked into the long-term fueling. And all of a sudden, you get a check engine light on your bone stock car with a warranty. Except it has a no tune required cold air intake. And it says, system too lean. And you go, system too lean? Everything is stock, and I have a no tune required cold air intake. Cold air manufacturers, that's the problem. Your practices, your manufacturing practices have to be stepped up tenfold. You have to get a bore gauge and be plus minus thousandths. And when it gets hot, the growth has to be similar. So a cold check and a hot check, and it can't grow that much. And if it does, that intake might require tuning. And a guy that has a stock car that buys your intake because it didn't require tuning is going to get mad at you because you're selling parts that are 20% off in fueling. Let's talk about it. Because if you're out there making these intakes, whether it be a small company or a big company, and a guy with a stock car puts it on and he gets a system too lean code or system too rich code because the housing was made too small, in my opinion, the liability falls on the manufacturer if any engine damage occurs because you said no tune required right on the box. Plain and simple. Josh Roy, potential run and DIY. It says, I believe Flowmasters make intakes late today, but I must say your GT500 needs 6-speed back in it. Yeah, but I mean, it'll be like a whole second slower, Vince. I don't think I'll go 8s. Stick, even if it's a... And the stick shift that is going to be in the GT500, in order for it to go 8s, will be the shittiest driving stick shift car on the planet. It'll be a dog. It'll be a straight cut, face plated dumb shit with a clutch that's an on and off switch. No, thank you. Why ain't you to my brother car, says vlogging with Chico. Hit the like button, folks. Does anyone know if I need a revision after installing free flowing exhaust? Again, guys, the EPA has made it illegal for anyone to tamper with emissions components on any vehicle made in the United States with a VIN number. So if you install free flowing exhaust and then you get P0420, P0430 codes, CAT inefficiency codes, you are shit out of luck. And any tuner that goes in there and shuts off those codes is opening himself up to getting popped by the EPA. I had a no tune required AEM intake, then switched to a tune required 110. Only noticed a small difference in throttle response. Multi system exhaust requires a tune? Like septic friendly wipes? You're right. Septic friendly. There's no wipe on the planet that is septic friendly. Why are we talking about cold air intakes? Is this the peasant chat? LOL. Turvey says his intake is no tune required. Actually, you know what? I want to make sure. The last chat I had was Tuesday. So yeah, that's a paid chat. I put a K9 intake on my Tahoe, no tune required. It had a hard time starting and I had to get it tuned for that issue. You see what I mean? Isn't the no tune required intake needing a tune from using materials that bends and warps when it gets warm? That's exactly what I'm saying. Imagine your mold is made out of a material that is highly susceptible to growth and contraction, like my dick, depending on temperature. So are you doing the QC, the quality assurance, quality control process where you check it with a bore gauge, cold, then you get it up to 200 degrees and check it again? No intake manufacturer is doing that. Not one. Those guys that leave their car stock for the warranty, I could never. It's fair to say a guy like me would 110% believe the no tune required cold air intake and believe I'm good. I don't need to see, Mr. Alex. Right. No tune required is cut your MAF housing off your airbox, slip these metal pipes on the filter on each end. S&B bought JLT, so do I need a revision? Apparently, you do. Your no tune required intake. If the part number, what's the part number? And I'm just looking out for them. The fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck is the part number? It doesn't say. Shit, it doesn't say. But the JLT, 15 to 20, whatever, cold air that says no tune required. I had one today that was 20% off. 20% off. So, in my opinion, it's a tune required intake. GT500 sounds pretty mean. I told you. Once the MagnaFlow exhaust went in it, wait till you guys hear that thing at wide open throttle. Oh my Lord. I got to get the little lady out there. We got to go to Mexico and I got to bring a bunch of ice with me. And I want to make some hits, just like 8th mile hits. And I want you guys to hear it from the back. And you're going to be like, oh my God, that thing sounds ridiculous. John Shoemaker. What's up, Alex and all? I think right now the industry is just pump and dump whatever they can sell right now. Good name is totally hoard out in anticipation of the party coming to an end. My cookies came in today. Good for you. You need an X-Pipe on the GT500. Not trying to hate, but the H-Pipe sounds like a hillbilly straight pipe 97 CR. See, Johnny boy, that's the problem. Your opinion can be directly contradicted by someone else that says it's too raspy. It had an H-Pipe in it. I'm sorry, an X-Pipe in it. And people are like, it's too raspy. With an guys, no H-piped 1100 horsepower MagnaFlow Street Series. If I had some Corsas, it would sound totally different. But look, I like MagnaFlow Street Series. When you're cruising, it's good. When you get into a little bit of boost, it sounds a little on the raspy side. Your GT500 is still pretty loud. It is pretty loud still. So an on-off switch, you're talking about a spec clutch? Pretty much. I drove Senior's car for the first time in 2015. I remember we went to Evolution Performance and we picked up some tires for the GT350 that we had back then. And then he let me drive it. And I'm like, how the fuck do you drive this car? It's literally an on-off switch. Dropping a video tomorrow of some footage from yesterday? No, guys. I'm not going to give you the long stroke. I don't have any video ready to drop tomorrow. I'm going to let the ZR1 video, the live streams, and the GT500 videos percolate for a little bit. And I want to get you a video. The next video you'll see is the turbo kit being installed, or at least preparing the white car. But I want to do as much work as possible so I don't long stroke you to death. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to make a video about taking the headers off, another video taking the bumper off, and another video taking a bunch of parts off. I want to make a video that I took the headers off and started to put the turbo kit together, at least the hot side. So at least you can get some payoff. And then the following video should be a startup video. So it's going to take a little bit longer. And in the meantime, I will sprinkle in some fireside chats or just regular videos to get you daily-ish content. But tomorrow, no video dropping. Take a Friday off. You can't drop a video every fucking day because it is insanely difficult. And I have a very busy life. And I can't imagine dropping a video every day just for the hell of it. Okay, don't get used to a video every day. The next video, I'm going to try not to give you the long stroke. I'm going to try to give you headers off, turbo kit mostly on, and that will be the next video. And then, if by that time the title shows up for the ZR1, I'm going to flood the fucking channel with ZR1 content. Why does everyone insist on upgrading old pump gears? Is there a certain wheel horsepower you recommend an OPG upgrade? People got scared into that field. People that think you have to put old pump gears into any car have gotten totally scared by parts manufacturers, guys that sell, I repeat, guys that sell oil pump gears have ingrained in you that it absolutely needs to be installed. If not, it will be, it's going to blow the car up. Jake's truck made 1,000 wheel horsepower. I flogged the shit out of it. He drives it every day, stock oil pump gears. My black car, stock oil pump gears. The only people that I recommend oil pump gears to are people that are going to live on the limiter. People that are really stupid and want to make pop sounds. People that have a turbo with a two-step. When you're bumping in and you're rattling everything behind the balancer, yes, you might have an issue with oil pump gears. But your NA cam guy, your NA bolt-on guy does not need oil pump gears. Now, if you're going to do cams, you're already there. So sure, do it up. But everyone thinks that that is a must-do. And a Coyote, oil pump gears are not a must-do. No, parts manufacturers and part sellers have convinced you that you need that. You do not need that. Sorry. If you bounce off the limiter, sure, you might need that. If you have a watt box, you need it. If you have a two-step, you need it. I might need it because if the turbo becomes something that I want to really get after it with the white car, unless brake boosting and stuff does plenty for me, and I have to get up on some kind of anti-lag, then yeah, I might have to consider oil pump gears because of the rattling that the anti-lag will do, or the two-step if I decide to go to the track and launch it on a two-step. But typically, 99% of the people out there do not need oil pump gears. My flex fuel gives me an advanced track error all the time, so I don't run it. Any clue what the problem is? Nope, no idea. Do you plan on putting the stock GT500 mufflers on? I'm a fan of those. I can try that. It's a bitch. It is a bitch, but I can try the stock GT500 mufflers just to see how it sounds. And I'd like to see if it takes any power away, which I'm sure they'll take a bunch of power away. I can't wait till you start tuning the ZR1. You're going to be pleasantly surprised how much easier it is. The long tubes are a little trickier. What if we losers want to see that? You're going to film some... Want to see what, Pito Chiquito? You're going to film some pulls with the new exhaust on the GT500? Yes. Got the new Mach 1 and the Gen 1 while data logging a couple days ago. Felt like I had a race car for a second. At what temp does the timing start to be pulled on an NA Gen 1? Just wondering in this heat. Tuned or stock? Let's look at the calibration. Let's look at the calibration together. Let's bring the microphone over. Don't disconnect. If it disconnects, I'm fucked. So, okay. Let's look at a... Tony, what are you doing? Let's look at a Gen 1. So, what's a Gen 1? So, let me see. Okay, I know what it... Let's see a manual Gen 1. Manual Gen 1. So, we'll go to the Spark IAT retard section on a bone stock 13 manual. Bone stock 13 manual. Finding it is always a pain in the ass. Air charge temp. Air charge temp. Spark retard for air charge temp. Spark retard for air charge temp. At 150 degrees air charge temp, they start to pull timing. And it gets really aggressive at 200 and ridiculously aggressive at 250. So bone stock, a 13 manual, starts pulling at 150, and I think we leave that alone because that's about a good time to start pulling timing on a manual and a Gen 1 application. He meant LT engines. Oh, gotcha. He meant LT engine, not long tubes. Guys, LT, I don't even... LT in this chat is long tubes. Don't start talking LS, LT. I don't give a fuck. Microphone's over here. I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to give a fuck about LT. I'm not going to become an LS fanboy. I wanted a ZR1. That's all I wanted. I'm not looking up the history of LT versus LS versus... Don't care. So I'm not going to become an LS guy. I just wanted the ZR1. I'll tune it to my best ability. If I can't, I'll find someone that can help me learn it a little bit. That's it. About the last thing I want is your fucking yee half-ton piece of shit 4.8 with a single turbo showing up to my shit wanting a tune. Fuck that shit. Are you tackling the heads cam swap on the ZR? What is wrong with people? I literally just got the car. You will not see heads cam on that car for a year. You will not see a head cam upgrade on that car for a year. So get used to what the fuck's going on with it right now, because I'm going to flood your shit and it's going to be mostly stock. And a tune, exhaust, maybe a pulley, maybe good race gas, but I'm not head cam stupid shit right away. Dumb. Long time motor, right. Unbolt the brackets from the body and it'll be so much easier. Put the brackets on the mufflers and then install them. Fuck that. Fuck that. I have a anti-roll bar. Bama Rick. You don't know what's going on underneath that car. You think I have a stock fucking rear end in that car? You think I have stock rear suspension in that car? I got a TIG Vision anti-roll bar in that fucking thing. You cannot reach anything while the bracket is on the muffler. So please stop with your suggestions unless you know exactly what's going on underneath my vehicle. Hell no, I'm not. No, I'm never going to be an LS guy. Like, I'm not going to go to LS meets. I'm not going to go to Corvette meetups. I'm not going to go to Corvette track days. I don't do that to Mustangs. I don't do it with Mustang guys. I don't go to Mustang meets. I don't go to Mustang track events except Mod Nats because Lund Racing sponsors it. But that's about it. I'm going to treat the LS guys exactly how I treat the Mustang guys. I'm going to avoid the shit out of them. You think I'm at Mustang Week, gaying it up, docking with a bunch of other Mustang owners right now? Watching a 5.3, 19 PSI 3-valve make only 700 horsepower? Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. Yesterday's JLT 107 intake is not today S&B 113. A la verga. How much or power did you gain from stock to the MagnaFlow on the white car? There's a video. There's a video. There's a video. Isn't there a video, guys? Isn't there a video me showing you like the power difference with MagnaFlows? Didn't I already do this? Did I not already do this? I could have sworn I did it. Alex, don't you mean cams, not cam? Too late. Sent you an invitation to LS Fest. I'm never going to go to LS Fest. You want to talk about a genetic cesspool of fucking rejects? Go to LS Fest. But did you buy a new pair of New Balances? This guy doesn't get it. I don't attend any events besides to the drag strip. Solo. But Alex, you're the voice of the Mustang community. You have to go to Mustang Week. Fuck that. So wait, you're not going to buy some Cletus dirt? Fuck no. I'm talking about the muffler brackets. You could. He doesn't get it. I'm talking about the anti-roll bar. What do you think the muffler brackets bolt onto on my car? Bama Rick. And it better be Alabama, not Bama tuning. What do you think my brackets bolt onto on my blue car? The anti-roll bar. You need to calm down, motherfucker. Just unbolt the brackets. I've worked on more of these fucking cars that you know about. Think I don't know the fucking tips and tricks? Now I have a TIG Vision anti-roll bar that uses the holes for the brackets on the mufflers to mount onto the body. Dumbass. And of course you're from Alabama. Right. I changed them on the dyno. Right. Why do people ask how much power something made when I have a complete fucking video on it? A complete fucking video on it. There's like 1,000 Mustangs down there. I took the Camaro out, drove around, them motherfuckers just revving the hell out of the straight pipe GTs, right? Porting increases boost. So guess who hit me up yesterday? And the example he used was classic Whipple Bondo Bird logic. Alex, if you port to snout on a 25 PSI Whipple, it'll make more boost. I go, oh my God. I love how people make their arguments valid by stating an extreme example. And by the way, I almost forgot to mention the sponsor. Thank you. 2 Auto Solutions. We're going to tune 5 cars for him at the track tomorrow. He has 5 cars going to a track, and I'm going to be working 4 to 9 because there's nothing better that I like to do than be up on a fucking Friday night tuning cars. So, yeah, we're going to go to the track. Hopefully the cars run a good number, but he already paid up, so I'm more than happy to take care of him. But, yeah, guys, can you just stop going to the track, please? Please stop going to the track. Thank you very much. So, when do you get the Corvette guy equivalent video? Who cares? Y'all be making Alex blood pressure go up. You'll need to turn your hat backwards and wear a cutoff. Hopping on. Happy to see the 500 sounding good and driving good. Backing up to the beginning. A la verga, people ask the same questions when you clearly have the videos online already. Bama tuning. Yeah, if he said Bama tuning, I'm going to kick him off. If he says Bama tuning, I'm going to kick him right off. LS Fest. Everybody's eyes are drifting farther and farther apart. Alex, are you doing Bama tunes on the ZR1? There's videos for everything. What the fuck? Again, people want me to answer their question. People want me to answer their fucking question. And I'm like, dude, I have had people hit me up and go, Alex, like on email. And they go, man, I appreciate it. I want to take much of your time. I don't want to be your friend. I just want to thank you because every question I ever had when it comes to Coyote Mustang, you have a video on. Because I worked in the tuning industry and I saw it come up and I thought, this is good to document and have it out there. But I think people are so lazy. Like, do you know that there are people that still ask me how fast my Fairmont went with the TVS? And they're supposedly fans and members of the channel. And they go, how fast did your Fairmont go? And people immediately, 871, 157, boom, boom, boom. Others go, can a Edelbrock TVS? Oh no, people go, I think I have the quickest Coyote swapped supercharged car ever. 9.3 at 150. I go, okay, cool story. Alex, what tires are best for roll racing on the tracks? Chat is feeling like LS Fest, right? Alex, I don't know how you do it. Maybe something in the water. Look, the LS guys that all of a sudden started following me because of the ZR1, you're going to see them real quick. You're going to see them here real quick. LS guys are special. Now, I have a sneaking suspicion that ZR1 guys don't really intermingle with the 4853 guy, just like the Shelby GT500 owner considers himself above the GT guy, even though the GT guy will donkey stomp the shit out of most GT500s properly spec'd out and for a quarter of the price, similar to the LS guy. But I have a sneaking suspicion the ZR1 guy is a snooty, nose up in the air. I have a ZR1 and I'm not that guy. I am not that guy. I like this motherfucker, 60 to 130 yet. I haven't even gotten the fucking title yet. Hey, Alex, I know you answered this already, but can you reword it to my liking? Right. So you're not going to wear LS Fest hat? No. Bama tuning, you mean JPC tuning? When American Muscle had to bring their cars to JPC to get tuned, but claimed their videos it was all Bama, free Bama tunes for life. Well, that was a good, that's a good one. I remember that way back in the day. But this is what they were doing. American Muscle at the time was using JPC to tune their stuff. Then they went and used a couple other companies. And we were, they were our dealers for a little while. I don't know if they still are. Honestly, after the N-Gage went away, I think everything just kind of dissolved because the N-Gage was King Daddy and there was money in it. Now, I don't know if there's any money in the RTD or not. Who knows? Cold Scan sounds nasty on the car. Oh, Dustin Tenar, what's up, brother? Just need to put a resonated mid pipe so I can hear the blower whine over the damn exhaust. So you want to hear the blower whine? Just YouTube your question about Mustangs. At the end, type out Alex Flores. He'll most likely have a video on it. That's a lost art. Brandon. I think people don't know how to Google. Like, people don't know how to properly Google to get the proper result. They just like mishmash words and go, it's not on the internet. I'm like, you don't know how to search anything. My ported blower didn't lose boost. I even went from a 238 upper pulley to 450, same boost. LS guys don't have dead dads in their trunks. I don't want to waste my time looking it up. I want you to waste your time answering me specifically. Very good, very good. I'm a 4853. Vet guys hate my turbo turds. That's what I mean. I wonder if ZR1 guys are guys that have their nose up in the air. I don't think Z06 guys are. See, I think Z06 guys are like GT350 guys. And I think ZR1 guys are like Shelby GT500 guys. I think because they earn the same amount of money or they want the car for notoriety, I think they don't feel that they can, be seen in the same league or same light as what they consider lesser than. Like, I have met Shelby owners that look me dead in the fucking eye sockets and go, why would I want to race your car? My car makes 600 horsepower. It's a Shelby GT500. Why would I want to race your car? It's just a GT. And I'm like, wait, you think just because it's a GT it can't beat your car? They go, no, you don't get it. It's a Shelby. This is in another league. I'm like, oh. That's what they say so they don't race you. We already know LS guys low-key spanking their monkey to your show for years. I think so because I don't think there's anyone on the LS side that's like me, I don't think. Send it with no title as long as it's no dads in the trunk. Title or no title, just send it. Oh, yeah, let me just get out there and get the car totally towed, right? The guy putting it on the flatbed destroys the carbon lip. Cool. Then it stays in a lot for about 2 weeks until I can prove it's mine. And then while it's in there 2 weeks, the wheels are gone, the cold air's gone, the radio's gone. Fuck that shit. No, thank you. Alex, just curious on your opinion. Where do you think an ESS G2 fits in comparison to a Vortech Supercharger and trim level? I think a ESS G2 is like a V3. I think the ESS G2 is like a Vortech V3 because according to Vortech, you cannot go under a 3.48 pulley without potentially overspinning the slinger. If you want to spin the head unit that high, you have to upgrade to a V7, which to me is like a G3 or a G3X. I guess that's the best way I could do it. Alex, a 7K for a 3-valve and 68,000 miles, a good deal. It's a 2009 in green. Yeah, that sounds okay. I mean, it's a 3-valve, so a phase can fly out of it at any moment. ZR1 and the dyno would be cool. Now you're both. Brett, delete that question. Yep, you're a total opposite of typical ZR1 owners in my area. Yeah, most ZR1 guys are pretty down to earth and road course since they're usually around Porsche and Lambo owners from my experience. That's what I'm thinking. But everything I've seen, this thing handles really good, but it's not necessarily refined. You know, you can't compare it to like a Gen 5 Viper. I think the Gen 5 Viper is just a way better vehicle on the track, meaning twisties, than a ZR1. Well, C6. I'm sorry, C6. So the Gen 5 Viper would be most comparable with a C7, I would think. But a C7 ZR1 will donkey stomp a fucking Gen 5 Viper in a straight line. I don't know that it'll do that on a road course. Chris Romero says, Alex even has videos on how to tune lawn equipment after sitting for months. People these days are lazy. Man, most of the 350 guys I've met kind of snooty like Porsche guys. But the 500 guys are the worst, and I have one. Yep, 500 guys are absolutely AIDS. They literally walk around with Shelby hats, Shelby shoes, Cobras tattooed on their calves. And you're like, your car is slower than a Whipple GT. But it's not about it being slow. It's the notoriety. I have a Shelby. Like, no, you're not that special, dude. You're not that special. The new YOLO should make an appearance at LS Fest and start talking crap about Fords. People out here treating you like Alexa. Alex, I have a 420 code. What that mean? Get those likes up, gents. Right, we have 357 viewers, only 192 likes. Guys, don't be lazy. Click the like button. That's the way this show gets popping. The subscriber count is never going to be high, okay? I am never going to get to the subscriber count of Cletus, Adam LZ, or anything like that because I'm not willing to get a jet boat and do yee dumb shit, okay? I understand that's going to be a very low sub count, but if the views are high and the likes are up, the money's still good. Believe it or not, some 500 owners can actually buy their cars just because because they love to drive them. I don't know what he's talking about. And more Qatari money. I love the Qatari money. Thank you very much for the Qatari money. Appreciate that very much. Alex, that's India. Yeah, okay. It's the same shit. ESS is the power dyno superchargers of the modern era. Look, Bullet, I understand what you're saying, and I said the same thing. But after Valley 10-speed was gapping Whipple cars, 1,000 horsepower Whipple cars, gapping them, it made me a believer. Sorry. The ZR1's busting. I'm happy for you, bro. It's a nice car. It's a really nice car. I really like it. ACR's King Daddy on the road course. I believe. Yeah, I believe it. But I think a GTS versus a ZR1, I don't think the GTS has it for the ZR1. But maybe not. Who knows? Yep, my coworker's next to me listening to the going, it's a Shelby, it's not the same. Bullshit. It's not the same? Okay, can I bolt on the headlights from a 2020 GT500 onto a 15 to 17 GT? Yes. Can I bolt the bumpers on? Yes. The wheels? Yes. The suspension? Yes. The motor? Yes. The seats? Yes. The steering wheel? Yes. It's the exact same fucking body, you stupid asshole. It's the exact same fucking body. Those cars don't go to Shelby. I repeat, the Shelby GT500s don't get built at Shelby. They get built at a Ford plant. Stop it. Stop it with your bullshit. I work in Ford parts. GT500 always correct me when I say Mustang. It's a Mustang, guys, not a Shelby. It's a Mustang. Putting Cobra badges on an S550, it done. Damn, Mohammed dropped some big money. Hey, the guy's out there paying me. You guys are out there not even liking the show. Mohammed is paying me $120 Qatari money, and you guys can't even hit the like button. LS guys for the win. I met a guy 2 weeks ago selling a car apart. He has a Gen 3 Mustang and told me he's tuned by Bama. I was like, what? He said free tunes for life. Couldn't pass it up. I told him, check out Lund. There's a guy called Goat Rope Garage on YouTube. He has a similar channel for LS guys. Well, not similar. You're more entertaining. He's just more technical and teaching tuning. That's cool. I like that. I'd rather that. Thoughts on the C7 Z06? Badass, nice little car. But if I'm going to buy a C7, it's going to be a ZR1. I don't think I would ever buy a C7 because I don't like the looks of the C7. That's not to say that the performance isn't decent. I don't like how they look. I'm sorry. I just don't like how they look. I like a C6. I'm sure the German car community also has social classes amongst their car trims. Thank you very much for the response, Yogan. It says John Shoemaker. 500 Qatari is about $137. Exactly. Your opinion what's your opinion on the American Forced Induction Unit? I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. The American Forced Induction Unit? The fuck is he saying? Excuse my ignorance, but what's the difference between ESS and the crank snapper? From pics I've seen, setups look similar. The crank snapper has an auxiliary pulley. The ESS bolts onto the stock dampener, the stock balancer. Okay, so the ESS and the vortech hook up to the stock front drive of the balancer. Some, not all, some ProCharger kits have a auxiliary pulley you bolt on to the end of the balancer, basically making a leverage point on the end of the snout and snapping the crank when you go in high boost. Happens all the time. When you enter the VIN for a 500, Ford Oasis says it's a Mustang. Exactly. Alex, what are you going to name the ZR1? So names are gay, but you guys like them. Fairmont, a.k.a. the Fairlane, is Section 8. White car doesn't have a name. Truck is La Mamalona or Champ Stamp. Champ Stamp, that one got stuck. Champ Stamp. So Champ Stamp. White car doesn't have a name. Section 8 is the GT500. I don't know what I'm going to name the Corvette. I'll probably put it up for a vote because I want to make it more interactive. So we'll get some names. I'll put it up for a vote. We'll leave it up there for a week, and then we'll leave that name up there for the Corvette. C6 is better looking, in my opinion, says Nick Vig. So if I put a Garden Snake badges on the V6 Mustang, doesn't make it a Cobra. Shelby guys sound like BMW M guys. LS guys here doesn't like the look of the C7. Hey, James Willem, exactly. LS guy here, I don't like the look of the C7 either. I just saw it and I go, it looks cool, but it's not something I would buy. And don't, before you say, I can't afford it, please shut the fuck up. Because I love how a lot of people love to talk that shit and go, Alex just doesn't like that car because he can't afford it. And I think once I bought the ZR1, a lot of people shut their fucking mouth. But I don't like to like show off money wise like that. It was a very good price. I wouldn't have bought it unless the price was what it was. Let's be honest. Gen 3 has more parts that won't bolt onto the Gen 2 than the GT500. Right. There is a bigger difference between the Gen 3 Mustang and the Gen 2 Mustang than the newest GT500 and the Gen 2 Mustang. Talking about Torque Storm. Oh, Torque Storm? Yeah, I don't know shit about Torque Storm. I mean, I heard, the first time I ever heard the word Torque Storm was on the Steve Morris channel where he had twin Torque Storms onto a big block Chevy. And I think it made like 1,700 horsepower using two Torque Stormers maxed out at, I don't know, 9 PSI each or something like that. And I thought, what the fuck is a Torque Storm? I've never heard of a Torque Storm. White car is White 19, right? White car is named the White car, exactly. Gray back gorilla? No gray back gorilla. No dumb shit. LS guy's waiting for the stimulus check for the next car part. The white car is the white car. Lucifer! I love how people name something like mean. And they're the biggest bitches on the planet. I'm the owner of Lucifer. Dude, you're 5'5", 130. Why do you name your car like the devil? Yogan Latte says to John Shoemaker, I had a Vortech V3 on my Gen 3. If I were to do it all over again, I'd do the ESS G3X, like Valley 10 speed. Every video I see the G2, the G3 blows my Vortech out of the water, right? And Vortech, look, let's be honest about Vortech. I didn't get any brakes from Vortech. I know that Beefcake provided a bracket. Vortech, Beefcake pushes Vortech, and I get that. But Vortech is so slower than molasses on development. And it's almost like they don't give a shit. The owner of ESS hit me up, emailed me, or one of the owners. It's like, bro, you want to party? And I'm like, fuck, I like to party. He's like, all right, we'll get something going, man. We'll get a truck kit going out to you. We got one in development. And I'm like, you got one in development? And it's going to be in production and blah, 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 blah. Yep. I'm like, I'll be here. Fuck it. We'll see what the deal is. Vortech? I haven't heard. Imagine you're getting, how many of you, let's be honest, guys, and put a heart on the chat. If you started looking at Vortex more seriously after I got the Vortech on the white car. And after the Vortech beat Jake's truck, how many of you guys thought, holy shit, the V3 is getting it? How many of you thought, I had no idea that a little V3 can get it like that? Not blowing Corvettes off in the weeds fast, but a lot of you probably looked at it and went, all of a sudden, boom. People give a fuck about Vortech. So Vortech didn't jump on the train. Vortech did not jump on the train. Vortech didn't say, we got Alex on deck. Let's take care of the kid. Oh my God, Alex, would you like to try a billet wheel V7? Didn't hear nothing. I would have paid nothing. Vortech didn't even bother to like reach out to the kid. And I'm like, all right, they don't give a fuck. So that's it. Going to hate my question, but is it okay to top off with Ford yellow to Ford orange coolant, or do I need to flush? Honestly, I don't know the answer to that question. I'll let a Ford tech answer that question. 2 more days till I get my pregnant man emoji. My buddy has a 6.2 F-150 with a Procharger, kicks 5.348 ass, driver mod. I looked up Vortex for my LS turds, then realized I'm too broke for it. See, some people in the chat put hearts up because they saw the kid with the Vortex, and Vortex saw the kid with the Vortex and didn't do a goddamn thing. Missing out on an opportunity for awesome, potentially awesome representation. They probably said, we got beefcake, we're good. Okay, cool. Cool story, bro. Noel says, I always knew Vortech was good. But most people didn't see guys with like a manual Vortech getting it. You know what I mean? Just checking in for the like. Did you see the new 5.5 RPG 700? Yes. So RPG announced a, let me look it up on Instagram. I think it's interesting. They did something pretty cool, and they worked with us on the tuning. Or Junior, not me. I'm not involved in anything. I'm just a tune share, just a YouTuber dumbass. RPG. So RPG announced. Boy, is it like RPG engines? There we go. Jesus Christ, RPG racing engines. So check this out. Wow, this is cool. This is very good. I like it. I like it a lot. Look at this. RPG racing engine, 700 horsepower, still dialing in the combo. RPG 5.5 liter max effort, Gen 3 long block in all its glory. A true dedicated 10,000 plus RPM, naturally aspirated build with 14:1 compression ratio. I love you guys. RPG spec Gen 3 NA cams with locked out exhaust and full intake VCT, meaning VCT on the intake works, on the exhaust, locked. Half of you are confused right now. I get it. The exhaust, there's no power in the exhaust. The intake's where the magic happens. Breathing through the glorious Frankenstein ported heads with +1 millimeter Ferrara valves and the equally glorious Frankenstein Predator billet intake. Swipe over for the sneak peek on the sound clip of this monster. Keep in mind it's still through stock mufflers, full intake VCT control, and John Lund, the first guy. Oh, this is gonna be fun. So is there a sound clip? Let's go. Oh my Lord, I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come. Don't come. Don't come. Oh yeah.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Exactly. So yeah, there you go. They are out there announcing Billy badass shit. You're welcome, RPG, for a little rep. But good for you, man. Guys, give RPG a follow. Has building badass stuff. Shout out to him. Shout out to Junior for working with him to dial in that combo. It'll be interesting to see what that does in that chassis. Like a 10R80, 700 horsepower NA car is going to piss off a lot of motherfuckers. Oof. No 700 on pump gas. No, it's going to be 85, I think. President Camacho said free Lattes and torque storms instead of stimulus checks. Trump, dry sump conversion for that 10K RPM? No, I don't think so. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Had to work late, but I made it. That sounds good. It does sound good through stock mufflers. So imagine a 14-to-1 compression car with 10 PSI. Woo! Give me that. Give me that. Give me that 800, 900 wheel, 10 PSI, 14-to-1 compression. Oh! Sounds like an old 5.0. Chop so hard to blew the speakers in my Peterbilt. Sounds like a 13-second Fox. Exactly. Yee, gasm here. Alex, gonna coyote swap a Ford 500. Nice. Does the exhaust side lock give that chop? You got it. Not necessarily give that chop, but it all depends on where the VCT is parked on the intake cam. If you park the exhaust cam at a certain spot, park it, lock it, and you allow VCT to be active on the intake side, and we put it in a certain spot, it'll chop pretty good. But he has special spec'd cams. Remember, he has special spec'd cams, so he can lock the exhaust, and we can move the VCT on the intake, and it'll sound glorious. They ain't ready for the 5.5 and the 9.56. Puro pinche 9. Could you imagine if there's 5.5 liter, 700 horsepower, 14-to-1 compression cars on M5, on nitro, 8-second NA Coyotes coming right up. Oh my God. You'll see it. You'll see it. You'll see it. You'll see it. Could you imagine with 10 PSI? Could you imagine what 14-to-1 compression with 10 PSI would do? Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. Just tuning in, finally made it live. I had RPG quote me a 5.5 liter short block. It's not for the poors. You have to pay to play. Right, guys? This is going to be, I think, north of $20,000. Maybe more. So is it for you? Probably not. Is it for Affirm accounts? Probably not. Is it for cartel members? Probably. Is it for shops? Absolutely. A shop would be silly not to buy this, make their car a badass NA car, and run an 8 with it and say, RPG, it's possible. Alex, I'm new to the channel, converting over from being a Hemi guy, looking to buy a 12 GT500. Any do's and don'ts? I would forego any porting on the 12 GT500 on the blower, honestly. Do's, in my opinion, is get an intake. You know, the stock intake is only 100 millimeter. Get like a 120 millimeter, like a PMAS or something like that. Throttle body and a tune, and you're going to have a lot of fun. Make sure you get the performance pack, 373s. You're going to have a lot of fun. The next step should be injectors and a blower. Do not go porting. Do not go this. Do not go. Don't even get headers. Get a fucking 2.3 liter VMP Gen 2R, a leftover Trinity or something, and just bolt it on with some 56s and a tune and twin boosted pumps, and you'll be the happiest guy for a very long time. How long before any Gen 3 peasants ask you what to recommend, comp cam, stage 2, or RPG cams? Probably right now. Probably tomorrow, people are going to start asking me where they can get those cams because they think it's going to chop like that. Guys, that motor is 14-to-1 compression, super spec'd out, Billy badass shit. Your car is not going to sound like that with those cams. Plain and simple. Hey, Alex, would you recommend full bolt on CJ cams? E85 or an ESS E85? ESS E85. You're going to be way ahead of the game than a CJ setup that way. But the chops aren't consistent, Alex. I want it to go ba 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 ba. Your Ghost Cam tune goes ba 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 ba. I've had that email. You can affirm it for 30% and 36 months. Anthony. 14-to-1, 10 PSI. Ooh, dumb. That's what I would do. If I was RPG, I'd go, let's stick 10 PSI in that car. Fucking 900 wheel. Shit. Give me that. Why avoid porting and make more boost? Okay, that's a joke. I hope. There was a very high RPM Coyote Gen 2 Coyote a while back. They posted a bit of it racing. They called it the Moon Motor. That sounded freaking wild. Yes. So, JPC has a Little Evil, I think. Mike Washington's car. Mike Washington. And it's Mustang? God damn it. I don't know how to Google. Yeah. So this car is built by JPC. It has a naturally aspirated Coyote variant. I think it's like 5.2 liter. It's an 8-second stick shift car. Very light, but it's an 8-second stick shift car. Okay? 847, 157. Billy, badass. Shit. Pure Evil. His name is Pure Evil. So let's look up Pure Evil. Mike Washington. And then we're going to go to all. Actually, we'll go to videos because that's how it works. And right here. This is an 897 pass. Pure Evil. NA Coyote. Coming at you, NA Coyote. Again, before LS guys get their panties in a wad, this is an NA, max effort, stupid compression, dumb shit, but it is possible if you got the funds. Yep, it probably weighs 2,500 pounds, but look, eights is eights is eights is eights. A lot of grudge guys talk all that shit, but then they end up having 1,500 pound cars with a ghetto jockey that they don't care about. What does the 03 Cobra motor make more torque than the Coyote? I think it's a stroke. I think it has a longer stroke than a Coyote, if I'm not mistaken. But Alex, can't you bump the compression in the tune? What did you do to shorten the exhaust on your Shelby on the last video? I'm having the exact same problem. I honestly think the most I can shorten it is what I got, because the over the axle pipes hit the gas tank area. So that I think the MagnaFlows are cut a little too long in the tailpipe, in my opinion, where Corsas are shorter and more flush. So because my white car has a similar stick out. If you look at my white car's MagnaFlows, it has the exact same stick out. And I pushed it in all the way. The brackets are cinched nicely. The hanger is all the way cinched in there. It's as deep as I can get it. How did I make it shorter? I cut the over the axle pipe to be able to meet the H pipe further in, meaning what was happening is I was getting this much, right? So I couldn't take the clamp and put it over each. I can't bring the H pipe forward. I can't bring anything forward. And the over the axle pipe had about this much that I couldn't made it up to the X pipe. So I cut that much out, put the clamp over both, was able to get another 3/4 of an inch or so. All right, couple minutes and we'll get the fuck out of here. Have you heard or seen the 21 manifold runners being bigger? Hey, yo. No, I have not. I need a pump gas soon for my 1401 motor. Right. Ford would never do something badass like that. Exactly. Ford would never do it. Wonder how that motor would do with the ESS. How do you think Alex, you think the DCT on the C8 Z06 will be locked? The current one is locked. The current one C8 is locked, right? I think Fuel Tech was able to fuck with it, but I don't think you can get commercially available software to tune the C8 yet, if I'm not mistaken. Nice launch, exactly. It sounded evil. It sounded purely evil. Alex has two king daddies of the streets, the GT500, the ZR1, the karate chop of boosted cars. I will have the Gen 5 Viper. I cannot get a TA. The TA is exclusive as fuck. The ACR is big money, but the GTS, the luxury model, is available and attainable. If I sell the GT500, I can get a GTS Viper tomorrow. If I sell the GT500, geez, that Fox body left the hole. MagnaFlows always sound great, but they definitely stick the tips out too far. Exactly. I just think I could probably have them shortened, like custom at a muffler shop, but they stick the tips out too far, I think, based off of just the design, because I can't go any more forward with the over the axle pipes. Mr. Liber, here's some money. Thank you, Matt 2011 GT. You don't have to give me anything. You give me plenty, and you're a mod. I appreciate that very much. Everyone was impressed about, are you friends with Trevor? No, I don't have any friends named Trevor. Sounds like a well-built nitrous motor. Cumbia time, exactly. Steve Morris, cam your vet. Thank me later. Steve Morris, cam my vet. I mean, if Steve Morris fucks with LSs, and if Steve Morris has anything for the LSs, I'll go with his shit. That guy impresses me every time he opens his mouth. Hey, yo. So if Steve Morris has a cam and head program for the LSs, I'll look at it. I'll hit him up. I'm not looking to get clout, notoriety. My channel's not big enough. It doesn't matter. But I trust his skills. Calvo Viper is big D energy. Big D energy. Think you're going to do some same on mine, see how it turns out. Installed long tubes and now the boreless stick out too far. It's too tight where the mid pipe connects it, so I'll cut there. That's what I did. Took a Sawzall, cut off about a ½ inch at a time, kept trimming, and ended up making it butt really nicely, the clamp, and had the length I needed. Took about an hour total. Thanks, Alex. I appreciate the response. Definitely going to start watching your Mustang content and get more knowledgeable about tuning for the 12 GT500. You got it, brother. Trevor GTA. There was a Mustang in the show yesterday with tips hanging out the back of foot, like catching your shin on a trailer hitch. Alex is friends with someone named YOLO. Steve Moore said he was going to do LS stuff. He has a SML, Steve Morris L, which is the LS version. I think it's cool stuff. You should grow a full beard. What cars are better? Computer management. What cars have better computer management? ZR1 or the Forge? I have heard the Corvette computers break because they are junk. Never heard anything. I don't know anything about ZR1s. I'll ask Greg. Greg Kiasan and Senior. Senior has seen the tune, knows the tune intimately. So Senior would be best to know. I learn something new every time I watch Steve Moore's videos. That guy knows what he's talking about. Dumps or catback exhaust for racing. The lightest ones. So dumps would be the lightest ones. All right, guys. I'm out of here because Tony seems to be bothering me. He's checking up. He's like, yo, motherfucker, you late. I already took you out. Why you fucking mean mugging me like that, bro? What the fuck you doing? You got fucking beef, bitch? You got fucking beef? Do you feel in charge? Do you think you're in charge? Do you feel in charge? Little pussy. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Take a little homeboy outside. I'll be on Sunday. Peasant Chat. Don't look for a video tomorrow. There's not going to be any. And I'm not going to lawn stroke you on the white car. I'm going to take the headers out, start putting the turbo kit in, and then I'll show you a video of at least the heat, the air-to-air, and the hot side at least bolted up, so you have something to visualize and look at, so I don't long stroke you to death taking the headers off and making a video about that. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Have a good rest of your week. I'll see you Sunday morning. Peasant Chat. We'll get after it, talk some shit, hang out, and do what we do best. All right, guys, I'm out of here. See you later. Bye.